Hey there everybody, today I wanted to start working a prop for a brand new cosplay. It's going to be a full bazooka sized super scope from the Super Nintendo for a combat themed Mario that I'm working on. This is going to be what we're working with. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start making the angled cuts that are on the back of the super scope, and there's going to be one on the front of the super scope. So basically I'm just going to take my saw. This is the longest saw that I have that'll work right for it. And I'm just going to make one long cut here. It's going to be on an angle, and then I'm going to make the short cut for the top of the back end of it. And then I'm going to want to save the pieces that come off of this because I got another trick that I want to give it a shot, and I'll probably post that up too. Okay, so while this saw normally works for PVC, cutting on an angle is actually a little more difficult. So what I did was I created a purchase point, which is essentially just the rough cut. I just made a cut deep enough for it to go through. Now what I'm going to use is my little saw here. That way I'll be able to go in and then make the cut all the way around. I use the tape here as a guide, but when you get to the bottom here, you don't want to come to a point. Just sort of round it out at the bottom. And then after that, we'll make the other angled cut. It helps when you plug the stuff in. Before I forget, because I never forget, safety goggles. Because what's the point of making a cool prop if you don't make it safely to the convention? Once you have the back angle cut out, you can switch around to the front. Now for the back angle, you can make the cut wherever, and then for the second cut you want to make sure that you get it sort of lined up perfectly, otherwise it's going to be tilted, a little off to the side. For the front cut, since it's going to be like this, you want to make sure that this cut is going to come down this way. And you want to try and do this all in one shot, so this is your time to measure. The handle's going to go here, you want the cut right around here. So I'm not sure how well it shows up, but if you can see, we've got the angle down here, and this is kind of angled. It's, like I said, I'm not really sure how well it's showing up, but this is basically the body of the gun. So I think the next thing here that we're going to work on is the handle grip that goes here. There's going to be a scope set that goes here. It's going to be like a two, it's all going to be one piece there, and then it's going to be the shoulder part that goes down here. So the next step is to cut out the pieces for the handle, the shoulder mount, and the scope. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rough pattern on a piece of wood here, and then what I'll do is I'll just cut the shapes out very roughly, and we'll size them all up. In the end, we're going to screw it all together so that it holds very well. But for right now, we're just going to get some rough drawings on here and get them cut out. Okay, so I cut out all the pieces for that's the shoulder mount there. We got the hand grip in the front. And right there is the top of the scope. We're going to have a small scope right here, which I actually am pulling off of a no telescope. And then there's an extra piece that sticks out right here, if you're familiar with the super scope. We're going to work something out for that, a little bit different. That's going to be something that I wanted to try that's new. So for right now, that's going to be it. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to work on this as soon as possible. And until then, stay tuned for more videos and check out everything else. Well, I don't have much in cosplay, but feel free to check out some of my other stuff.